Namo Buddhaya, meritorious children. We are once again meeting to share the Buddha's teachings with you. I hope you remember what we learned in the last week as well, in the last program as well. So remember, learning this Dhamma again and again, it's like developing or it's like building a strong store of weapons. An army or a country has a store of weapons to fight against. So we don't need those weapons, but we need another store of weapon. What's that store? Store of Dhamma. We need to learn Dhamma very well and then apply the Buddha's teachings then and there whenever we need. So in each and every problem that we face in life, we should find a way to face them and find solutions through the Buddha's teachings, not through unnecessary weapons. So therefore, to learn Dhamma again in this third program, let's go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts. Namo Buddhaya. So let's go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts before we start learning Dhamma. Now say together with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say after me. My homage to the Supreme Buddha. Buddha is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Dhamma. Dhamma is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Sangha. Sangha is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Triple Gem. Triple Gem is my refuge every day. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. And also my homage to my teacher, most venerable Avasarai Kiripatgoda Jnanananda Pingwat Loku Swamin Wahanse. Dear children, in the last program we learned how one should abstain from doing bad deeds, bad actions, so that he won't regret in future. Now today we are going to learn how a person does good actions and live happily and delight in the actions that he has done in the past. So we are learning a nice story from Dhammapada. Children, this Dhammapada stanza was taught by the Buddha with reference to a flower florist. So this story will help us to understand the value of doing wholesome deeds. The value of doing wholesome deeds by giving up desire to their life. Now, if you want to give something, and when someone asks something from us, we think whether we need that. Only if we do not need, we give it to others. But if we need that, we have to think 2-3 times. Then only we give. But this Sumana, the florist, he did not think thrice. He did not think twice. He offered some flowers to the Buddha. So that's the background story for the Buddha to utter this stanza, to preach this stanza. So first of all, let's chant this stanza and learn the story. So say after me. Tancha kammang katang sadhu. One more time. Tancha kammang katang sadhu. Say loudly. Yang katva nanutappati. Yassa patito sumano vipakang patisevati. What's the meaning of this stanza? Let's see. A deed is good when one does not regret having done it. A deed is good when one does not regret having done it. So after doing something, if you do not regret, that deed is extremely good. A deed is good if the result is to be experienced with joy and delight. Now see, when you do good deeds, you can experience joy and you can delight for what you have done. Some people, most of the people, they think, in vain I did that. In vain I talked back to my mother. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done that. Those are the thoughts that runs in kids and adults' minds. Some people, when they are at the last stage of their life, on the sick bed, they keep on thinking again and again, why I did that to that person? I shouldn't have done that. I would have had patience. I would have tolerated. But remember, for each and every action that we perform in our life, all the actions that we perform intentionally, what happens? You know that, children? That is a karma. That karma, that action will give results in the future. So let's learn the story, children. Why Buddha preached this stanza. While residing at the Jetavana monastery, the Buddha uttered this verse with reference to the Sumana florist. A florist named Sumana had to supply King Bimbisara of Rajagaha with jasmine flowers every morning. Now what this person had to supply? Jasmine flowers. One day he was going to the king's palace, he saw the Buddha. So when he was going to the king's palace, he saw the Buddha. With a radiance of light, rays radiating from him, coming into the town for alms food, accompanied by many bhikkhus. Just imagine how people saw the Buddha. Now today we are seeing a Buddha statue. We can see they have drawn the radiance, the colors that emitted from the Buddha's sacred head. But then we have not seen that live. But the people who saw that radiation, that the light rays that emitted from the Buddha, they were amazed. They forgot what they were doing. They all stopped worrying, and they started paying attention to the Buddha. Now you all are not too late. Even now you can start paying attention to the Buddha's teachings, just like Sumana did. Then what happened, children? Seeing the Buddha in his resplendent glory, the florist Sumana felt a strong desire to do what? To offer his flowers to the Buddha. But children, there was a small problem with the florist. Now, do these flowers belong to the florist? No. These flowers belong to the king, to King Bimbisara. So, now this florist had to dedicate his life. He could get punished. He could get chased away from the palace. So he was worried. But he was fortunate enough to overcome all those worries and offer these flowers to the Buddha. See what he did. Then, seeing the Buddha, what did he do? Then and there, he decided that even if the king were to drive him out of the country or to kill him, he would not offer the flowers to the king for that day. Thus, he threw up the flowers to the sides, to the back, and over and above the head of the Buddha. See what he did? The flowers remained hanging in the air. Those over the head formed a canopy of flowers, and those at the back and the sides formed walls of flowers. Now imagine, flowers are hanging either side of the Buddha and behind like a wall. So see how meritorious Buddha was. Now he just offered the flowers. He just threw the flower to the Buddha. But the flowers went and remained just as a curtain of flowers. So that was done with the power of the supernatural powers that Buddha had. Now Sumana the florist, after offering these flowers, he was more amazed. Just imagine you offer some flowers today, you come to the monastery and you just throw them to the air and then it remains like an umbrella on top of the Buddha. Won't you get amazed? Rejoice in that, children. Rejoice in the Sumana's offering, in the Sumana's flower offering. We are not too late. Then what happened? These flowers followed the Buddha in this position as he moved on and stopped when the Buddha stopped. See the supernatural powers as the Buddha proceeded, surrounded by walls of flowers and a canopy of flowers. With the 6 colored rays radiating from his body, followed by large numbers of monks, thousands of people inside and outside of Rajagaha came out of their houses to pay homage to the Buddha. Now see, people in houses, they are seeing an amazing scene. Buddha is traveling, then emitting colors, various radiant colors, rays from the Buddha. And then, meanwhile, there are some flowers moving together with the Buddha, like a curtain. Jasmine flowers, the fragrance was spread all over Rajagaha. How meritorious was the florist. He thought, even if I die, never mind. So that's why, children, we should give up the desire for these little things, even for our life, and do meritorious deed. There was one nun who offered food for 7 days without consuming food. Why? They were able to give up desire for their lives and practice generosity. We should think about others more than us. So, by seeing this incident, what happened? As for Sumana, his entire body was suffused with delightful satisfaction, with preeti. And then the wife of the florist Sumana got angry. Why? Now Sumana went home and then he told what he has done. He was so happy. But the wife got excited. He got scared, thinking that the king would punish the entire family. The wife thought that this man would lose his job even. Then the wife took all the children and went to meet the king and told the king and said what has happened, reported to the king. Then the king, being a Sotapana disciple, this king Bimbisara was a disciple of Buddha. This woman didn't know that. So, but what happened? Fortunately, the king felt quite happy about the flower offering. And then he came out to see the wonderful sight and paid homage to the Buddha. And then king rejoiced in this meritorious deed. Finally, what happened? Children, see what happened. The king also took the opportunity to offer alms food to the Buddha and to his disciples. And then what happened? King Bimbisara gave a great opportunity for the flower florist. What was it? King Bimbisara sent for Sumana and offered him a reward of 8 elephants, 8 horses, 8 male slaves, 8 female slaves, 8 maidens, 80,000 gold coins. How many? 80,000 gold coins. The amount of flowers that he offered was just flowers worth of 8 gold coins. But what he got was 80,000 gold coins in cash and made him a village headman. See, this in the same life, he got results. Children, then another thing happened in the Jetavana monastery. Venerable Ananda asked from the Buddha, Blessed One, can you explain the benefits what Sumana would experience in future? Then the Buddha said like this, having given to the Buddha without any consideration for his life, having offered these flowers to the Buddha without any consideration for his life, expecting any punishment for his life, would not be born in any bad destinations until he become a Pacheka Buddha. So finally he will become a Pacheka Buddha, a private Buddha. Until that he won't be born in bad destinations. See the ability, when you have the ability to give up things without having any desire for your life, without thinking that I may use this in future, without thinking about the children, without thinking of their families, of his family, he offered those flowers to the Buddha. What were the results? Became a Pacheka Buddha. Can become a Pacheka Buddha later on. And until that, his life was protected to be only born among devas in good destinations, among devas and humans. Will not be born among animals, will not be born among demons, will not be born among ghosts, will not be born among the beings in hell. Do we have that assurance? So we can start by practicing generosity. Then we can become virtuous. And then also we can develop meditation and develop wisdom through meditation. So why not we start now, children? You are fortunate, you are learning this wonderful Dhamma. Now you can start these teachings and practice these teachings. So now you can start practicing these teachings. Why? These teachings will give you happiness and finally you will attain Nibbana. So what's the stanza? Let's chant the stanza. Tancha kammang katang sadhu yang katva nanu tappati yassa patito sumano vipakang pati sevati. What's the meaning of it? A deed is good when one does not regret having done it. A deed is good if the result is to be experienced with joy and delight. Now, what did the Soman of the florist experience? Joy. Wasn't it joy? He experienced joy. Did he regret? No. Children, the Soman of the florist was able to get more than what he offered. The Soman of the florist was able to get more than what he offered. So even if you offer anything to the Buddha, flowers, sweet fragrance, it's not just flowers you get, children. When you offer dana to the Mahasangha, it's not just food that you get, enormous material happiness until you attain Nibbana. So have confidence in these teachings, and may you realize the Four Noble Truths. Do good deeds in your life and become noble disciples of the Buddhas in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now you have come to the meditation session. So today we will be practicing loving kindness meditation. Children, when you practice loving kindness meditation, you will experience 11 benefits. So first of all, I will teach you the 11 benefits. Then you will have a happy mind to practice the loving kindness meditation. Children, this loving kindness meditation should be practiced just like a vehicle. Like a vehicle is moving, we should always practice loving kindness. So the benefits are, when you practice loving kindness meditation, you will sleep very well. You can wake up very well. You won't see evil dreams. You will become dear to humans, and also you will become dear to non-humans. Deities will protect you, and no fire, no poison, no weapon can affect someone. One can concentrate the mind quickly. One's facial complexion is serene. One dies without any confusion. If one does not attain a higher stage of enlightenment, one will be reborn in the Brahma world. So if you like to go to a Brahma world, what should you do, children? Practice loving kindness meditation. Now, haven't you seen evil dreams? Falling from high-rise buildings, from mountains in the night? Haven't you seen funerals, nightmares, funerals in the night? So if you don't like to see these evil dreams, what should you practice? Loving kindness. Genuinely spreading thoughts of loving kindness. Genuinely practicing wholesome thoughts and practicing wholesome qualities. So let's practice loving kindness meditation. Now close your eyes. Sit in a comfortable posture. Sit in a comfortable posture and then close your eyes and think according to what I say. I am too closing my eyes and meditating. So I will utter the verses of loving kindness meditation genuinely, wholeheartedly. Wish for the happiness of others and wish for the happiness of yourself and others too. So listen to me and think according to what I say. Sit in a comfortable posture. Okay, now let's spread loving kindness. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. Now let's wish for the happiness of the beings who are living at the place you are right now. It could be your house. May all beings in this place be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this city. Now, children, there are many beings in this city. There are animals, creatures, demons. There are many non-human beings and many human beings also. So try to spread loving kindness to all those beings. Think that there are enormous living beings in this city. Think of them and spread loving kindness. May all beings in this city be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this province be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy. May all beings in this province be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this country be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. Children, next, we are going to spread loving kindness towards all beings living in this world. So think about the world. Okay, now let's spread loving kindness. May all beings in this world be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in all worlds. Now, children, we should think of all beings in all worlds. Without neglecting anyone, we can spread loving kindness. How fortunate we are. Let's spread loving kindness to all living beings in all worlds. May all beings in all worlds be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings be well and happy. Be well and happy. Now slowly open your eyes. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, dear children. This session is special. So here, in this session, you get to hear and learn how children do merit at home, how children do good deeds at home. So if you also do good deeds at home, please feel free to share with us the good deeds that you do. You can send an email to us. The email address will appear in the screen, and also you can send a message through WhatsApp. So the number will appear in the screen. So try to send us the good deeds that you do at home, at your school, during the school, or maybe in the supermarket, or maybe with your friends. Try to share your good deeds with your name, so we will tell the other friends what good deeds you have done. Children, when we share these good deeds, we should remember one more person. We should remember a great person who helped us in life. Who is that? Our most venerable Kirivatgoda Jnanananda Pingwat Lokoswamin Wahansa. Our Lokoswamin Wahansa was our teacher, is our teacher who taught us this Dhamma in a very meaningful way and in a very simple way. So let's pay our homage to our Lokoswamin Wahansa once again before we share merit with others and share these good deeds. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now we are going to share another kid's good deed. That child's name is a wonderful child who helps with Colombo Dhamma Friends, who helps the programs done at Colombo Dhamma Friends. That is Lochana. So Lochana does all the audio work at the monastery in Colombo, in Kotte. He helps the monks. He edits the programs, then he does translations. So Lochana is a child who does many things. He's studying in Sri Lanka, and he's, I think, 12 years or 13 years. So he always helps monks. He comes to the monastery, he cleans the monastery, then he set up the audio system to teach Dhamma. So he comes before the Dhamma program about 1-2 hours early, Sometimes he comes in the morning and he comes with Kavindu, the child who shared merit, who shared his good deeds in the previous session. So we are going to hear a good message from Lochana today. So let's see what Lochana has done. In the past few days, because of this situation, my neighbor couldn't afford to buy any supplies for them. So I offered some supplies for them. So Lochana has also helped his neighbor. Then I also offered money to Shraddha TV. He has done a donation to Shraddha TV for chanting of Ratana Sutta every day. So he has sponsored for a Ratana Sutta chanting session in Shraddha TV. So children, if you like to sponsor, contribute for the live streaming that is done every day in the Shraddha TV. You and your parents can sponsor for that and save people's lives. Remember, we are not just chanting that Ratana Sutta for the sake of chanting. Monks have a hope for that. What's that hope? To save people's lives and to get back this world to normal. To let people to live peacefully. Even back in Vishala, Mahanuvara, in India, during Lord Buddha's time, there was a big problem like this. People start starving first because of a drought. Then people start getting diseases. They suffered from various sicknesses. Then people start dying. Then 3 fears arose in India, back in Vishala Mahanuvara. Among the Lechavis suffered a lot. Then they tried various ways, they gave various medicine, but then the entire Vishala was affected. Then finally, since they couldn't find a solution, they went to the Buddha. The kings tried to solve the economy, but they couldn't. The kings gave money, but the diseases were spreading. The diseases were spreading very fast. So, money can't help you to overcome diseases. Wealth can't help you to overcome diseases. What can help you? The Dhamma and the blessings from the Buddha's teachings. Blessings from the Buddha's teachings. And the wise thinking that you do will help you to have happiness. So you can sponsor and contribute for the Ratana Sutta chanting done in Shraddha TV also. And dear children, let's see what Lochan has done. I chanted Ratana Sutta every night. What an amazing child. Because some kids, they started in the beginning, but they gave up afterwards. Don't do that. I chanted Ratana Sutta every night with monks of Mahamevana Buddhist monastery. Let's see what else he has done. That's all he has done. Let's go for another child. That is Tharuli. Tharuli is good in translation also. She loves Mahavansa. Tharuli is another girl who comes for our program. She is nowadays helping us to translate the Satipatthana book. So let's see what Tharuli has done past few days. I prepared breakfast for my parents and offered it to them. See how wonderful Tharuli is? But I think next day we should ask Tharuli, you should let us know what you prepared as well. So who knows whether you prepared a glass of water and just some rice that was cooked on the previous day. Sometimes you would have just heated up the food that was prepared by your parents in the previous day. So we would like to know, and we are curious to know whether you prepared yourself so that we can be more happy. But I believe that Tharli would have done from his own hands. I also helped my sister to do her studies very well. I did Buddha Vandana along with mother. Also we chanted Mahamangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta and Karaniya Metta Sutta. And one more, blessing Pirith. I also chanted Ratana Sutta along with the monks of Mahamevana monasteries every night. See how good this Tharuli is. I also offered my mother medicine to her. I think Tharuli is an amazing child. I think Tharuli is also not more than 13 years old. Therefore, children, we should do good deeds. You should also do good deeds and share your good deeds. So let's bless thoroughly and his family. So by all this merit, may thoroughly and her family and everyone who's taking part in this program rejoice in this merit. And by the power of this merit, may all the patients who are suffering from this coronavirus get cured as soon as possible. And may everyone in this world realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, let's share some good deeds done by another student. Today we have a lot of responses, many responses. So we will, if we do not have enough time in this program, we will share those good deeds in the next program as well. So stay with us, join for our programs weekly, then you will be able to learn how other children do good deeds. So let's listen to Laksha as well. Laksha, she has also chanted Pirith 3 times with the monks of Mahamuna Buddhist Monastery. What are the 3 times that you can take part in Paritha chanting? Morning at 6 a.m. from Sri Lanka time, 12 noon, 12 p.m. and also at 9 p.m. So you can prepare a glass of water to the Buddha, then an oil lamp and some fragrance stick and some flowers if possible, and sit in a lower place and play the monks' Paritha chanting. Tell your parents to help you to play the Paritha chanting through the online streaming or maybe through the Shraddha TV and take part. Then Laksha has done a very rare merit. What she has done? I observed and protected the 8 precepts. She has observed and protected the 8 precepts. See how amazing? Children, why not you also observe 8 precepts at home? Since you are at home these days, you have a good environment. You can observe 8 precepts at home. So in next program, I hope at least 10 children will share merit with me and reply to me saying that they have observed 8 precepts and gain merit. Then she has also practiced loving kindness meditation, and she has done something special, something more special. She has listened to Dhamma sermons. She has listened to Dhamma sermons. I taught my sister stories about Rahatan Vahanses, so she had shared the lives of great Arahants. And then she has translated a kavi about the Supreme Buddha. So we will try to we will try to make arrangements for you all to hear that nice poem sung by that daughter. And one more child, Minudi. Minudi has also done a good deed. So before sharing the good deed that Minudi has done, I would like to share what she thought during this problem. She thought, when I saw many people suffering, I felt really bad for them and their families. When I heard that many people had died, I felt quite scared. And I thought many more deaths were to come as the virus spread very quickly. Children, do you know how Buddha explained? How Buddha reminded us about old age and death? Can you remember the simile? Buddha said to a king called Pasenadi Kosala. Buddha taught Pasenadi Kosala that our life, our death and old age is like 4 rocks rolling from 4 directions. Imagine huge mountains, huge strong rocks are rolling towards you from 4 directions. What can you do now, children? Now imagine you are getting messages from YouTube and also from other news channels saying, okay, now it's coming 5 kilometers away, 10 kilometers away, another rock 6 kilometers away, another rock 2 kilometers away. Now it's getting closer to you. What are you going to do now? Pasenadi Kosala said, Blessed One, nothing else. What can we do other than practicing Dhamma? What else can we do other than practicing Dhamma? What else can we do other than becoming virtuous? What else can we do other than becoming virtuous? What can we do other than practicing generosity? What can we do other than thinking the Buddha's teachings? What can we do other than meditating? Abandoning unwholesome thoughts, developing wholesome deeds. Then remember, even if we die children, we have a good birth. We have a good destination for us to go. So remember, old age and death. This coronavirus can be neglected by taking precautions, but from old age and death can we neglect? No. One day we have to face death. So get ready by good deeds. Then she says, I started to think that the current situation was a very unfortunate event, as a huge amount of people all over the world would be isolated from all the people they know. What is this? Buddha told us, separating from loved ones is subjected to suffering. So if you are born again and again, don't we have to suffer this? Don't we have to suffer like this? We will have children. But then death comes to everyone, and that is something we can't stop. Now she knows that death comes to everyone and that cannot be stopped. So Minudi is giving us a good message for our lives, for everyone. So what Minudi has done is, my mother and other relatives arranged separate essential food packets, and as they could not distribute it, they gave it to the Air Force staff to distribute them to those in need of them. So now see, these Minudi and her family, they are not selfish. They are not only thinking about their lives, they are thinking about other people's lives as well. So in this way, Lakshya and Minudi is gaining so much merit. So may Minudi daughter and all the children who shared their good deeds be well and happy, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now you have come to the question and answers session. So here, one thing I have to remind you before we go for the session. In the Buddha's teachings, we can remember, once when I was reading a sutta, I remember Buddha taught that the way and the reason for us to become wise, the reason for us to become wise, the cause for it, the good karma, the good action that we have to do is, we should ask questions from wise people. When we inquire and ask questions, that will help you to become a wise person. This was said in Chula Kamavibhanga Sutta. This was said by the Buddha to a young person called Subha. So, and even the Buddha says, as a perfection, as a paramita, Buddha has practiced wisdom. So, he has inquired from others in past lives. He has gone to people who are junior to him also, sometimes senior to him, sometimes junior to him, and then inquired what is good, what is bad. So if you like to become wise, what should you do? Inquire what is good and bad. So if you have questions, you can write to us. The email address and the contact number will appear in the screen. So take down the email address and the number and write us more questions, and you will become wise. So now we are going to give answers for your questions. So Kyle asked about the Noble Eightfold Path. So he wanted to know a Dhamma book to read. So far, from the monks of Mahamina Buddhist monasteries, as for a translation in English, you can read the Mahasatipatthana book done in English. In that book, the Noble Eightfold Path is explained. Uh, and also, there's another book, that is the Satipatthana book, that was designed and made for chanting. And in the Pirith book, in the Pirith chanting book, if you refer to Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, or else if you refer to Saccavibhanga Sutta, you will learn the Noble Eightfold Path. From there, you can learn the Noble Eightfold Path and the 8 factors that you have to practice in life. So in Saccavibhanga Sutta, that is in the Pirith chanting book, done by the monks of Mahamina Buddhist monasteries from Lokasamin Wahanse's Sinhala translations. In that book, you can find the explanation of the Noble Eightfold Path. But I will take as a message from you, and since you have requested to learn from us about the Noble Eightfold Path, in future, from monks in the morning, we will do programs, sermons on the Noble Eightfold Path, and also in the Mirror of Dhamma programs for kids. Through this program, we will teach you the Noble Eightfold Path. So I recommended some books for you to read. Bohoma ping for Kyle for asking questions. And then he has said, please note, myself and my sister are taking these photos. Actually, Kyle has sent some photographs while they're doing good deeds. Myself and my sister are taken these photos after we finished Paritha chanting. My parents told us it is not good to take photos during meritorious activities. So they want to make sure that I know that they did not take photographs while they are doing good deeds. So children, it's like this. So sometimes when you do good deeds, when you give dana, or maybe when you practice in generosity, or maybe you are giving something to someone, some people, they are fond of taking photographs. So there are advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantages are sometimes the mindset that you should maintain while offering something, you might not be able to maintain that. You might not be able to focus what you are doing. And then later on, like, you will use those photographs just to show off, not for the sake of sharing a good deed. And sometimes the person who received those things would not like to let others know that they have taken gifts from you all. So photographs are not so important, but especially taking photographs of Buddha statues, taking photographs of monks, you should take permission. So in an occasion where a group of monks are there, and then you can take a photograph, but then especially if you are taking photographs while offering dana, I think you should take permission from monks. That will be very good. So while doing good deeds, it's better to concentrate on good deeds and later take photographs. So if you want to take a photograph from a Buddha statue, you can go to the Buddha statue and worship the Buddha statue and mentally think, Blessed One, please give me permission, please forgive me, I would like to take a photograph and worship you after going home and think of you. Then Kylie also have a question. When we chanting pirith, we say Angulimala Piritha. Could you please tell me the story for that pirith? I will tell you. Dua Kylie and other children who are listening to the Mirror of Dhamma program right now, one day Arahant Angulimala, when he was going on alms round means a monk has to go from one house to another house to collect food. So there are two ways that monk receive food. One is people bring food to the monastery, and the other way is monks will go from house to house and collect food. So Arahant Angulimala, one day when Arahant Angulimala was going from house to house to collect food, he saw a sad incident. He saw a mother who was expecting a baby. She was struggling to deliver the baby. She was screaming and yelling loudly, being unable to deliver the baby. Now you might be wondering, how come uh, now this now Arhant Angulimal is going on alms round? Is he going alms round nearby a hospital? No. Nowadays, parents deliver their children in hospitals. During Buddha's time, even in the past, children about 30-40 years ago, there were special mothers who come to the house and help the expecting mother to deliver the baby. So, like that, this sister did not have anyone, I guess. And then she was struggling a lot to deliver the baby. Because usually the first thing that comes out is the child's head. But sometimes, if the leg comes out, if the hand comes out, then the mother will also die sometimes. So, remember, you should be you should be very grateful to your mother and father, especially to your mother. They gave up their desire for your life. They gave up their desire for their life and delivered you children. Some mothers die when they deliver their children. Don't ever get angry at your parents. Don't ever frown at your parents. Don't even look bad at your parents. Don't stand and glare at your parents. That's bad. They gave life to you. Even your mother, for 10 months, for 9 months, your mother couldn't move properly. Why? Your mother wanted to deliver you as a good child, as a child who's very fit and not damaged. So even she was very concerned the food that she consumed during the time you were in the mother's womb. She protected you for 9-10 months. Therefore, children, so we should be very grateful for our parents. So then when Arahant Angulimala was traveling in the road, when walking along the road, Arahant Angulimala saw this girl, this mother who's struggling a lot and screaming, being unable to deliver the baby. Then Arahant Angulimala couldn't help. So Arahant Angulimala went back to Supreme Buddha and said, Blessed One, I saw a mother suffering a lot, being unable to deliver a baby. Then Buddha said, Angulimala, why don't you go and tell the truth? Why don't you go and say that you have not killed living beings and heal that mother? Then Arahant Angulimala said, Blessed One from these hands, Blessed One from these hands, how can I ever say that? I have killed enormous beings. I have killed a lot of beings. Then the Blessed One said, Angulimala, no. From the day you became a disciple of the Buddha, you can tell that I have never killed a living being. By that truth, may you deliver the baby peacefully. So Arahant Angulimala went back and said, Yato ham bhagini ariyaya jatiya jato nabijanami santincha panan jivita ropeta tena satchena sottite hotu sotti gabbasati. From the day I became a noble disciple of the Buddha, I have never killed a living being intentionally. By that truth, may you deliver the baby peacefully. So, Arahant Angulimala uttered these verses, and then the baby was just like water is training from a strainer. Have you seen when you put water through a strainer? Maybe you put tea to a strainer, then the tea leaves will remain and the water will come out from the strainer. In the same way, the baby was born peacefully. So now you might be wondering why we are chanting Angulimala Piritha in this during this time when we are affected by a coronavirus. Remember, what Arahant Angulimala did was a declaration of truth. What he said was, I have not killed living being from the day I became a monk, I became a disciple of a Buddha. That is the truth. So the power comes from that truthfulness. So from that truthfulness, we can bless anyone in the world for any problem. So the power comes by being truthful, by abstaining from killing living beings. That was the truth. What was the truth? He has abstained from killing living beings. From the day I became a disciple of a Buddha, I have abstained from killing living beings, and that is the truth. I have never killed a living being intentionally, and that is the truth. By that power of truth, may everyone have well-being. Arahant Angulimala blessed enormous beings. In the Theravada, Arahant Angulimala says, may my enemies learn this Dhamma. May my relatives, may my friends learn this Dhamma. May all of them attain Nibbana. See how Arahant Angulimala thought. So, Kylie daughter, Bohoma Ping for asking this question. Today I was able to share Arahant Angulimala's story with other children. So, Kylie, you should be happy. You, by asking a question, you were able to give the gift of Dhamma for other children. Indirectly, you are helping the other children to learn the Buddha's teachings. So, Kylie, you are so fortunate. Even the other children are so fortunate. Why? The other children next time can ask good questions so that they can help other children to learn Dhamma in a different way. So, may Kylie Dua and everyone be blessed by Arahant Angulimala. And may everyone who's listening to this program be blessed by Arahant Angulimala. And may all the patients who are suffering from coronavirus overcome, get cured as soon as possible by the power of Arahant Angulimala, by the power of all the Arahants. And may everyone attain the Four Noble Truths. May everyone realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now we have come to the session of pirith chanting. Chanting the Buddha's teachings to gain protection for our lives. So, during the Buddha's time, back in Buddha's time, when Lechivis were affected by three fears in Vishala, in the city of Vishala, the three fears were drought, then diseases, and also demons. So, these are the three fears that affected the people. Then the Blessed One, out of compassion, visited the city of Vishala, and then he chanted, the Blessed One chanted the Ratana Sutta. And afterwards, Arahant Ananda, Venerable Ananda was instructed and advised to chant the Ratana Sutta by memorizing it and remember it by heart and chant the Ratana Sutta. And before that, Venerable Ananda took alms bowl and filled with water, and Venerable Ananda chanted the Ratana Sutta and sprinkled that water in the city of Vishala. And afterwards, the city of Vishala came back to normal, the people came back to normal, and then it became a place for human beings, suitable for human beings to live. So, since we are also going through a hard time because of this coronavirus, we should also gain protection from the Ratana Sutta. So now we are hoping to chant the Ratana Sutta in Pali and English both. So if you have this book at home, please get ready with this book. Take this book and sit on the floor, but don't keep this book on the floor. Hold it by your both hands, or keep it on a table, and then turn to page turn to page 19 and then turn to page 19. Then you will find the sutta, Ratana Suttang, the jewel discourse. So the ones who does not have the Pirith chanting book, don't worry. We have added a link. If you are listening through the YouTube or through the other media platforms, there will be a link. You can go to that link and find it. The others, they can chant together with me. And next time, you can go to the Mahamevanawa Buddhist Monastery's website and find and search for Ratana Sutta. And you can go to sereencolombo.org website, and also over there, if you search for Ratana Sutta, you will find the text, the sutta, and next time be ready with the sutta to chant together with me. So now let's chant the Ratana Sutta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yanida bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani va antalikhe Sabbeva bhuta sumana bhavantu Athopi sakkacca sunantu bhasitang. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, may all these beings have happy minds. Listen closely to my words. Tasma hi bhutani sametha sabbe mettang karotha manusiya pajaya divacaratta haranti ye baling tasma hine rakhata appamatta. Pay attention, all you beings. Show kindness to those humans who by day and by night offer much merit to you. Therefore guard them diligently. Yang kinci vittang idavahurang va saggesu ayang ratanang panitang nano samang athi tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Whatever treasure in this world or in other worlds, or whatever precious jewel is in the heavens, none is equal to the Buddha. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Khayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samathi kinchi idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The calm Sakyan sage found the undefiled, dispassionate, deathless Nibbana. There is nothing equal to that state. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Yam buddha setto parivannai sucing samadhimanantarikannyamaho samadhinatena samona vijjati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. That purity praised by the Buddha, called concentration with immediate result. That concentration has no equal. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye puggalattha satang pasattha chattari etani yugani honti te dakhineya sugatassa savaka ete sudinnani mahaphalani idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The 8 persons praised by the wise, these 4 pairs are the gift-worthy disciples of the well-gone one. Gifts given to them yield abundant fruit. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye suppayutta manasa dalhena nikkamino gotama sasanam hi te pattipatta amatang vigaiha ladha mudha nibbuting bhunjamana idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Those who are well trained, freed from all defilements, and with minds firm in Gautama Buddha's training, upon attaining Nibbana, they plunge into the deathless, freely enjoying the liberation they have gained. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yathinda khilo pathaving sitosiya chatubhivate asampakampiyo tathupamang sappurisang vadami yo ariya saccani avecca passati idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. As a stone post firmly grounded in the earth cannot be shaken by the 4 winds, so is the superior person, I say, who clearly sees the noble truths. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye ariya saccani vibhavayanti gambhira panyena sudesitani kinchapite hanti bhusappamatta nate bhavang athamang adiyanti idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Those who comprehend the noble truths, well taught by the Buddha of deep wisdom, no matter how negligent, would not take an eighth existence. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sahawassa dassana sampadaya tayassu dhamma jahita bhavanti. Sakkaya ditti vicikiccitanca sīlabbataṃ vāpi yadatti kiñci. Chatuva pāyehi ca vippamutto cacabithānāni abhabbo kātuṃ idampi saṅghē ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. For one who has attained to right view, three fetters are at once abandoned: self-centered view, doubt and clinging to wrong practices, freed from the four planes of misery. He is incapable of committing the six major wrongdoings that lead to hell. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Kincapi so kammaṃ karoti pāpakaṃ kāyena vācā udacetasa vā abhabbo so tassa paticcādāya abhabbata dittha padassa bhutta idampi saṅghē ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. Though he might do some evil deed by body, speech or mind, he cannot hide it. Such is impossible. For one who has seen the Dhamma, in the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Vanappa gumbe atha pussitagge gimhāna māse pathamasmiṃ gimhe tathupamaṃ dhamma varaṃ adesai nibbāna gāmiṃ paramaṃ hitāya idampi buddhe ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. Like woodland groves in blossom in the first heat of summer is the sublime Dhamma taught by the Buddha, leading to Nibbana and giving the highest happiness. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Varo varanyu varado varaharo anuttaro dhamma varaṃ adesai idampi buddhe ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. The excellent Supreme Buddha, the knower of Supreme Nibbana, the giver of Supreme Nibbana, the bringer of Supreme Nibbana, taught the excellent Dhamma. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Khīnaṃ purānaṃ navannati sambhavaṃ viratta cittājati ke bhavasmiṃ te khīna bīja virulhiccandā nibbanti dhīrā yathāyam padīpo idampi saṅghē ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. The liberated ones all karma is destroyed with no new arising. Their minds not drawn to future birth. Their old seeds destroyed with no more growing. The Arahants fade out, just as this lamp has done. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam buddhang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Buddha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam dhammang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Dhamma, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam sanghang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Sangha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Now we have come to the session where we show our gratefulness and sharing merit for the people who help us to make this program successful. So today this program was sponsored or contributed by a family from Seychelles. So let us share merit with all the gods and Brahmas who help us to propagate the Buddha's teachings to the whole world. May all Devas and Brahmas and Nagas rejoice in this merit. May God Sumana, God Sakka, and the four great kings and all the other gods rejoice in this merit. May they develop in Shraddha, Sila, Sutta, Chaga, and Panya. And may all the Devas protect this island, protect the world, protect everyone who's suffering from coronavirus and all the beings. So may all the Devas realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear parents and dear children, today the program was sponsored by a family from Seychelles. So that is Krishanta Gamage Upasaka and Chalani Shavinka Upasika, and to bless their 3 kids. So May all the departed relatives of all of us and this wonderful family who sponsored for the program, may all the departed relatives rejoice in this propagation of Dhamma, in this great merit of propagating Dhamma in a timely need. May all those departed relatives rejoice in this merit and escape from suffering as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also, may our teacher, Avasarai Kiribatgoda Jnanananda Mahathera, our Lokasamin Mahansa, and the respected Mahasangha of Mahamena Buddhist monasteries and all over the world, and the nuns all over the world, and may all the dedicated volunteers and everyone rejoice in this merit and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also, may this wonderful family, Krishanta Gamage Upasaka and Chalini Shivanka Upasika, and their wonderful children, Dehansa, Amadi, Januti, 3 daughters, rejoice in this merit. May they be well and happy. May they be well and happy. May they develop in wisdom. And may they also, may their relatives, may their family friends, may everyone living in Seychelles realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also, they have mentioned another a special group of kids to be shared merits. So may Dhamma Dharani Dhamma kids, may the kids of Dhamma Dharani Dhamma school rejoice in this merit. May all the teachers in Dhamma Dharani Dhamma school rejoice in this merit. So may everyone at Dhamma Dharani Dhamma school rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy. May they be protected by the Buddha's teachings, by the power of the Buddha, and may they not get affected by this coronavirus, by the pandemic. May they have peaceful lives, and may everyone realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also they have blessed all the people, all the patients who are suffering from coronavirus, and everyone all over the world to be blessed by the noble teachings of the Buddha, to be blessed by the relics of the Buddha, to be blessed by the noble Sangha. So, by the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, may everyone in this world be protected and peacefully realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, don't forget the meaning of sadhu. Don't forget that the meaning of sadhu means you rejoice in that, you are happy. Another word for sadhu is happy. Dear children, we hope to meet you again in next week to learn the Buddha's teachings and spend your valuable time in a meaningful way and get the final assurance, the real protection for our lives in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
මෙවැනි වටිනා ධර්මදේශනා නැරඹීමට ශ්‍රද්ධා YouTube චැනලය සබස්ක්‍රයිබ් කර සීනුව ලකුණ ඔබන්න.